You're told consistency builds careers, so you stay available. You answer quickly and adjust fast and keep your calendar flexible. Your day breaks into small blocks shaped by shifting priorities. Leadership calls this reliability and rewards you with more responsibility. You feel trusted and secure and visible. But the work that builds long-term leverage requires protected depth. The same availability that proves your value quietly prevents you from building it. Your calendar fills weeks in advance with short, controlled segments, 30 minutes here and 40 minutes there. Each block has a clear purpose and defined outcome. You move from call to task to update without pause. There's always something waiting. Small requests slide into the margins between larger commitments. You rarely control the order of your attention. The structure feels professional and stable. It signals momentum to everyone watching. No idle time exists. No gaps appear. No risk shows. Empty space would look like underperformance. You measure progress by responsiveness. You measure value by presence. You measure security by how often you're needed. A quiet inbox feels dangerous. A slow afternoon feels exposed. It feels rational. It feels productive. It feels safe. Scattered hours feel efficient because nothing sits unfinished for long. You clear tasks quickly and close loops the same day. Quick closure creates visible throughput. Throughput creates managerial comfort. Small wins stack across the week and create visible motion. Motion looks like progress. Progress feels measurable. Measurable effort feels defensible. You believe depth can wait until later. Once workload stabilizes, you will carve out bigger blocks. Once you prove reliability, you will earn more control. Once you're senior enough, you will protect your time. This feels logical. Early career means exposure and flexibility. Mid-career means ownership and scale. Later career means autonomy. You tell yourself this is a season of proving value, so you accept fragmentation as a temporary phase. You treat scattered hours as a stepping stone toward leverage. You assume the system will eventually reward endurance with freedom. That assumption feels earned. You are doing everything correctly. You are visible and responsive and aligned. You are not resisting the structure, and the calendar keeps filling. The system does not reward depth first. It rewards availability first. Managers optimize for predictability across the team. Predictability reduces coordination risk. Coordination risk threatens output targets. Targets define bonuses and promotions. Promotions signal trust in your reliability, so responsiveness becomes currency. Fast replies signal control. Full calendars signal demand. Demand signals value. Value justifies compensation. Performance reviews favor visible contribution. Visible contribution favors short-cycle tasks. Short-cycle tasks fit inside fragmented hours. Fragmented hours multiply surface activity. Surface activity produces more measurable updates. Depth work creates delayed payoff. Delayed payoff is harder to measure this quarter. Harder to measure means harder to defend. Hard to defend work loses priority during planning, so the incentives quietly shape behavior. You keep your schedule open. You accept recurring meetings. You absorb new tasks without blocking time. You hesitate to protect long stretches of silence. Silence looks like absence. You are aligning with the system perfectly. The system rewards that alignment immediately. Immediate rewards reinforce the pattern. Praise arrives faster than leverage ever could, and immediate rewards anchor habits fast. Every scattered hour carries an unseen exchange. You gain responsiveness and lose continuity. Continuity is what allows work to compound across weeks. Compounding requires memory inside the task. Memory requires sustained attention. Sustained attention cannot survive constant resets. Each interruption forces cognitive restart costs. Reduced depth of thought limits originality. Originality requires time inside the problem, so projects remain shallow by design. They move forward in pieces that never fully connect. You touch them often, but never inhabit them. You manage tasks instead of shaping outcomes. Deep work builds assets. Assets store past effort and extend it forward. Fragmented work maintains systems. Maintenance preserves current income. Income stability feels responsible and mature. Assets increase leverage over time. Leverage reduces dependence on constant effort. You are trading asset creation for income stability. The trade feels minor each day. It hides inside normal workflow. It hides inside professional culture. Over months, it becomes structural. The absence of assets compounds quietly. No single week feels decisive. Fragmentation does not just reduce depth, it reshapes what you are capable of attempting. Large problems require sustained cognitive load. Sustained load requires uninterrupted time. Uninterrupted time requires boundaries. Boundaries conflict with availability. Availability drives performance perception. Performance perception drives career movement. So you self-limit before the system limits you. You choose projects that fit into broken hours. You avoid work that demands immersion. You delay ideas that require long arcs of thought. You filter ambition through calendar constraints. You become cautious about anything that cannot show quick progress. Your ambition adapts to your calendar. Your calendar adapts to external demand. External demand expands to fill any open space. This loop tightens quietly. You become excellent at short-cycle execution. You become known for handling volume. You become dependent on externally defined tasks. You lose tolerance for slow-building initiatives. Long horizons start to feel unrealistic. Deep focus starts to feel uncomfortable. Capability narrows to match structure. Identity narrows with it. You see yourself as responsive rather than creative, and structure does not expand on its own. Optionality requires surplus cognitive capacity. Surplus capacity requires protected time. Protected time requires saying no. Saying no reduces visible participation. Reduced participation risks perceived value. You have neither surplus nor protection. Your income depends on constant participation. Participation depends on continued availability. Availability depends on fragmented hours. So your leverage remains task-based. Task-based leverage expires daily. It resets every morning. It cannot be stockpiled. If you step back, output drops immediately. If output drops, visibility drops. If visibility drops, perceived value drops. Perceived value anchors compensation. Compensation anchors lifestyle obligations. You cannot build distance from your role. You cannot build assets outside your schedule. You cannot test alternatives without sacrificing stability. Risk tolerance declines as obligations grow. Fixed costs rise with income. Higher income increases dependence on current structure. Exit paths shrink. Dependence increases. Obligation expands. Each raise tightens the need for consistency. Each promotion expands coordination load. Fewer exits remain. The margin for experimentation disappears. Time feels fully allocated before you choose, and the calendar still feels next week. The longer you operate this way, the harder depth feels. The harder depth feels, the more you default to fragmentation. Default behavior becomes professional identity. Years pass inside responsive motion. Experience accumulates without leverage. Your network grows, but your optionality does not. Your leverage never forms, and the system keeps promoting availability.